What's going on, everyone? We are going to cover today's price action. Today is Friday, August the 8th. I hope you guys are all going to have a fantastic weekend. Before we get started into it was two setups, but the one real setup that I took today, Apex is 80% off. If you guys need those evaluations, you can use code DAnthony. And also, my community is 50% off for the year. That link is down in the description box below. 20 SMA, guys. We could have bundled that up with the 30-minute opening range. We could have bundled that with an opening drive trade that I teach inside of Evolution Traders. We could have bundled that with holding the linear regression channel. All of them, all those setups, same trade, obviously to the long side. Guess what? You didn't even need to know all those setups. Close your eyes, buy. Oh, open your eyes, sell. You would have made profit. Again, not literally, but that's the kind of momentum that we had. These type of days I tried to outline inside my community today. I really tried to express that I don't really care, guys, if the market goes up 10, 15 minutes straight in one direction. If you get any one of your setups and you make money, and it was, again, not literally, guys, but if it was quote unquote easy, you got to walk away. Now, trading is never easy, okay? And I'm not one of these YouTubers who's going to tell you, hell yeah, if you just learn this strategy, everything's easy. It's not. There's a big psychological portion of this. There's a big risk management portion of this. There's a lot of stuff that goes along with this. But some days you're waiting for a specific level. You're waiting for a specific trade. It works out in your favor. You take the trade, you win, and you get too confident. You start to, oh, well, if I made money this early in the day, if I just get another setup, I'm going to make a little bit more. Maybe I'll squeeze a little bit to the opposite side. Guys, just walk away. That's what trading's about. You came into this work day with a goal, and the goal was to make money. So if you made money, you walk away. It's not, well, I just worked a 12-hour shift, but you know what? I want to work another 12-hour shift back to back. Now, yeah, the upside is 12 hours additional of overtime. Great. But who really wants to work 24 hours straight, right? So start to think about that when it comes to your trading. The setup was a 20 SMA. So initially, what I was looking at, this was the first initial. I was watching this pre-market and I said, okay, well, if we break this floor, right? If we break this pre-market floor, we've got opportunity to go down below 23,518. So I was initially waiting for that. That didn't happen. Great. That's why you never marry a bias. 5 minutes before the market opened, and I'll zoom in just a little bit more. 5 minutes before the market opened, we closed and reclaimed over that 20 SMA. Okay? We had a linear regression sitting right there. And right off the bell, what I would call an opening drive, bundled in with a 20 SMA, because this is a previous swing high. This is another previous swing high from pre-market. We took it out. So your risk on this trade was about 12.5 points. Now, how do we come to that? How do we get to that 12.5 point risk? Well, the candle right before the market opened that closed over the 20 SMA was 12.5 points. Your low, that previous swing low, was sitting down here at 518. So even if you gave it a little bit extra room, you would have been looking at a 25, 30 point risk all in all. Total, right? So what do you have to do? What's left to do in the trade? Well, when a following candle, which is the candle off the open, and I know a lot of people don't like to trade the first candle. I know a lot of people don't like to trade the first 5 minutes. That's fine. That's fine, right? You can come in 10 minutes after the bell, kind of look at the same situation. You're just going to put on a little bit more risk. But again, if you're more comfortable waiting for those confirmations, definitely wait for those confirmations. The entry price was literally here on the first 5 minute candle of the day. Now, when you look back, right now, the market's been open for an hour. When you look back, it's pretty easy to say that, right? Like, of course, look at the candlesticks. Of course, it looks easy to get in here. If you can't justify it, like if you just are back testing today and you say, man, I really should have got in right off the open, but you don't have any rules set in place that would have put you into that trade to execute it, then yeah, looking in hindsight, of course it's 2020. But if you have setups, so let me give you my setups. I'm giving you the setups. Again, if you don't trust the setups, I can't help you, right? Like I don't know what to tell you. Like, I look for the same couple of things every single day. 20 SMA trades, 30-minute opening range breaks. Sometimes I'll sprinkle in a 15-minute ORB. I look at the linear regression. I look at previous day high, low, and I look at London session or pre-market, previous swing high, previous swing low for opening drives. That's all I'm looking for in linear regressions. I don't know if I mentioned that, but that's it. So when I'm coming into the day today, I'm looking at pre-market swing low. Great. If I break that, I'm going short. Simple. Okay. If that doesn't happen, what's next? Well, my 20 SMA and my linear regression are here, right? 5 minutes before the open, we set up a 20 SMA trade. First 5-minute candle confirms that 20 SMA trade, meaning we break through the high. Great. What's the next setup? Next setup would be right here. Look at this swing high from pre-market. So what you want to see happen here, what you want to see happen here is you want to see it get broken and you want to see it get confirmed. Now, if you missed it, you want to see it get broken and then you want to see it get confirmed right here. Right here. Does that make sense? Right here. That's it. All of these trades would have paid. 20 SMA paid, swing high break paid. Even if you waited for this candlestick here, broken paid. And then also the last trade of the day was right here. 30-minute ORB. Here's your 30-minute ORB. Boom. Broke. And we're still continuing to gravitate towards this linear regression. Market might get all the way as high as 23,700. But that's it though, right? I took 3 trades today. First one was a 20 SMA. The second one was just taking this continuation, just taking more momentum through the previous swing high and pre-market. And then I took a 30-minute ORB, and that's it. I'm done. I took about 7 to 8 points on each of those trades. 7 points on one, I know for a fact. And again, today I was trading one mini contract. So the reason why I was trading one mini contract, my balance is a little bit higher, so I have a little bit more cushion. I got a little bit more drawdown to kind of play with. My normal position sizing for taking these trades is 5 micros. And normally when I do trade one mini contract, I'm always looking for 5 points. If I can get 5 points and it keeps shooting up, I'm just going to sell out. Like, I'm not going to tell myself, okay, I've got 5 points. Let me wait for 10. Let me wait for 15. Let me wait for 20. It's whenever price action gives me those 5 points and I'm selling out of it. If the momentum's strong enough, you're going to catch some slippage. So sometimes I get out right at 5 points. Sometimes it's like 6.5, 7, 8. Sometimes if I'm lucky. But it's between 5 and 10 points. Okay, so when I scalp, it's between 5 and 10 points. And I have my trading set up around that. So if I trade 5 micro contracts, okay, for every 1 micro contract that I trade, I'm going to make $10. So that means I'll make $50 a trade. So even if I traded 5 micros today, it was about $150 to $175 day. I traded one mini contract today, so for every 5 points, it was about $100, between $100 and $120, $115, $130 with that slippage, getting that extra momentum. So we're over about $335 today. That was a really sweet day, especially for a Friday. I'm not sitting here anymore after the first hour and saying, man, I'm going to catch this reversal. I know the market's going to pull back, which it probably will. I know it's going to pull back at some point. I'm going to take some more there. I'm going to take it long here. I don't care. I don't care what the market does. Great. My shift is over. Time for someone else to step up and get on the clock and start making some money with their setups maybe later on. But my trade window is the first 2 hours of the morning. So if my setups present themselves in the first 5 minutes, great. It just shortens up my day, right? It shortens up my day for win, lose, or tie. If it takes an hour before my setups present themselves, then well, great. I'm still going to be at work for 2 hours, right? So hopefully that helps you guys. If you want to trade with me, want to get access to the course, want to join the community, 50% off. If you've been on the fence about joining, perfect time to get that discount and get inside the room. Also, Apex, 80% off. You guys can use code DAnthony. I think the link's also in the description. You guys can see all of that down there. Have a great weekend, guys. I will be gone. I'm going to go visit my son out in New York. He had an internship out there and he is finishing up. We're bringing him home. But before we bring him home, we're going to go out there and we're going to spend a few days. I'm leaving today and we're going to spend, we're coming back middle next week. So I probably won't be around too much early in the start. So we're going to go enjoy some stuff. He's going to show us around some things that he's done and he's seen. It's been 2.5 months since he's been home. So again, kind of miss the guy, right? Things are different at home when you know, you're used to your normal routine, but he's been gone out of the house all summer working. So I'll see all of you guys on the next video.